Okay, the hair's looking okay-ish. Hi, I'm Rowena. I'm a final year graphic design student at the Arts University Bournemouth. Basically, the point of this video is currently we are in quarantine with coronavirus going on, with universities being shut, and we are being told to still complete our final major projects and any other briefs. And that's quite difficult when you're trapped in your bedroom. So I am taking inspiration from a fellow friend who studies design at Goldsmiths. Shout out to Emily Blake. And she basically has created a YouTube account for her year group, and they are basically vlogging themselves regularly every couple days, and they're basically talking about where they're at with their projects, using it as like a support network. They're using it to stay in touch with people, to offer like advice, so if someone's good at a certain skill set, how they might go about that at home. I just thought it was a really nice idea, really, and I think it's quite easy for us to feel like we're in isolation and there's like no support there, when really I think the more you reach out to people and the more we're staying in touch with each other, the easier we'll find it. So I'm going to give this a little go anyway. So basically, obviously, with universities being shut and being a final year student, we are kind of in a difficult position where we don't know when we're going to graduate. We don't really have a grad show. Everything is now digital and online, and it's quite, it's deflating and it's upsetting when you've worked 3 years to get to a really proud end point, and it feels like it's gone the opposite way, and now we're a little bit like, what's the plan kind of now as such? We don't know. I feel like with uni at the moment, we've been offered one kind of Skype tutorial this week, which I personally don't feel like it's been enough. So I thought with this sort of series, it'd be quite nice for us to sort of just take matters into our own hands as such and just support each other through course mates. So for those of you that didn't know, my project was about menopause, and I was looking into how to communicate that to different audiences, because it's just something that's just not known enough by people. And initially I went to the Vagina Museum as a research trip, and the plan initially was to create a sort of POS display and having cards that were going to educate people about the menopause journey. Obviously, with facilities and access to places now being like limited, I've had to kind of rethink, and it took me a couple days since coming home to kind of try and remotivate myself a little bit. I spoke to Pete this week on Wednesday, which was quite helpful. So we kind of worked around how I could do something in my room as such, and I'm now looking into creating maybe a series of books, which obviously have to be digital now, and I'm going to pick different audiences. So I want to have like children, teenagers, professionals like bosses, and then maybe just like men and women, and create like a sort of book that educates about menopause for each of those audiences, because I'm trying to just essentially communicate menopause to these different age groups, and I think that will be manageable at home. I'm trying to showcase as many skill sets as I can. I'm comfortable designing books. I just need to make sure that I put enough skill into the actual design of it, because obviously I know that I can't have a physical book now. I need to also think about where these books would be shown, so I need to have like an overall kind of brand, and so I was thinking of just calling it like Meno Guide or something, or just something where these books would be displayed in like schools or in like PSHE lessons, like displayed in like different job atmospheres. I don't quite know. I feel like it's taken me a while to really kind of work on what it is I want to showcase. So I think as of now, I'm trying to start with like a children's book, and I'm hoping if in a couple of days after I've uploaded this vlog, I can come back and say like, oh, I've done this in the meantime, because I'm hoping this will be a good way of sort of motivating myself to keep pushing me forward. Yeah, it's just a bit of a tough one. I've tried to rearrange my bedroom. It's kind of gone okay. coming home, like it took me a while to kind of get into a mind, it still is taking me a while to get into a mindset where I'm trying to focus, because my usual workspace would be in coffee shops, or I just like to change the scenery up. I tend to focus better when it's a busier, louder surrounding. And obviously being in my room, it's dead silent and there's so many distractions. And I think just trying to stay focused is testing me at times. It's coming in waves. Some days I feel more inspired, other days I just feel like giving up and just, what's the point? And I really don't want to get into that mentality. So I think, yeah, if I can upload this and then say to myself, okay, the next time I upload, I want to have created a couple of spreads in a book, then that will hopefully just keep me on track a little bit. Yeah, it's just, we'll just see how this goes. I don't know how any of you guys are coping. I think it'd be quite helpful to see how everyone else is doing, because we're all apart and I do miss everyone. But again, what can we do? So I thought I'd do like a little showcase of what my desk space looks like, and kind of what I'm doing throughout the day, I guess. So we'll do the little desk thing now. Okay, it's really nothing special at all. If anything, it looks a bit messy still. But before, I wasn't normally into plants, but my friend Emily has like loads in her room, and I thought, do you know what, let's try and get some. It might inspire me, it might calm me down, who knows, I don't know, I'm just going along with it. Yeah, it just looks a bit messy at the moment, so it's not great. Yeah, it is what it is, but we're going with it. So yeah, basically I've become a plant mum, which is a new thing, and I am also like got this little workout area type thing, because I was a really big fan of the gym before all of it got closed. So that's one thing that I want to try and get into, is just making sure I'm in a healthy kind of routine still. I don't want that to kind of fade or go away. What else am I doing? Mum is baking, so we've got some nice cakes, so diet is also going to trash as well at the same time. I'm trying to get back into yoga, because I did it in second year at uni quite a bit, and I think it's quite a nice way of, in the mornings I will try and do like a little home workout or a little yoga session, just so it's just not work all the time. I'm trying to break it up. I keep seeing other people where they're like, oh, learn a language or something, and I'm just like, nah, that C in French at GCSE was good enough for me. But apart from that, I mean, the hardest thing really is for me just keeping inspired. I put on my Instagram, like, how are people actually staying creative in this time? Kyla actually gave me a good idea, and she sent me this link, which is designers that are quite passionate, talking about their work, and it kind of helps her to be passionate about her own work. So watching other designers that are enthusiastic might help rub that kind of energy into us, which I thought was quite nice. Yeah, I'm just curious to see how everyone else is coping, because if I can see that other people are actually like managing to keep their heads down, then I think that will help me in a sense. And yeah, I just want to see how everyone else is like spending their days, because it's as slow as it feels, it's also going really quickly, and I also like just don't want to panic too much about the lack of work that I've done. I've also done the mash brief, so I'm quite proud of that one actually. I might in the next vlog just put up some visuals that I've done. That one was quite enjoyable, so you had to like pick there's like a generator, and it came up with like a new kind of drink or food, and you had to brand it. So I did seaweed milkshake. That was actually pretty fun. Managed to get that out in like 2-3 days. I just need to finish it off like today, I'm hoping. I'm also just trying to stay connected to people really, so I'm doing FaceTime sessions with a couple of people just because I'm curious to see where everyone else is at. Yeah, that's about it really. I like to think in the next vlog that I will, I don't know, just update you guys on how things are going. Obviously everyone needs to stay healthy, you know, take your walk if you're able to do it. I'm quite lucky that there's quite a lot of green space around me, and we have a dog, so that gives me quite a nice excuse to get out and have a little bit of fresh air every day. Yeah, I think to close this video I might just put in some of my mum baking. I don't know. I'm not a vlogger, but I feel like quarantine is making me become one. So, you know, I think my friend said in her other video, like, who'd have thought at the end of 3rd year we'd all be becoming YouTubers? And that might be the way forward. It is a good idea, I think, as well, for industry to be looking at this. I think we are in a bit of a difficult position. You know, we do want to be hired. We would love that opportunity if it is there. So we're all really good hard workers, you know, give us an opportunity, please. But yeah, no, we'll just see how the kind of series continues. It might work, it might be helpful, or it might not be helpful at all. So yeah, I look forward to seeing who else potentially gets involved with this. I know that Isabel said to me on the phone the other day that she was quite interested in doing her own little video, and yeah, hopefully chat to you guys soon, and hope you all stay healthy and stay in touch with each other. Alright, this is vlog 1 complete.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, so what are we making today?
We're making coconut cake today.
Where's what are you doing? That looks awful. Well, clearly, yeah, it's quite interesting, I guess.
This is your cake mixture.
Look at this. Looks awful.
Oh, you're right. People, does it take to make a cake these days?
Freezy's have got... Oh, this is Lizzie, the dog. Hi. So cute. Hi. I forgot to add in as well that I'm doing the D&A debrief still, so I did the female pleasure one for Teen Vogue, and that's going okay. I just need to finish a video. I think the issue is because they put the deadlines back now for MASH and D&AD. I feel like I get why they pushed it back, because they want us to obviously like have good visuals and stuff, but I feel like it's made it like harder for me to complete, because I'd rather have a deadline to stick to, because it's going to make me do the work quicker. And so I think I was like all good for D&AD, and then since they pushed it back, I'm now like, oh, I'll just push it aside for now, you know, just pick that up at a later date. But so I really don't want to leave that too late, because it's something else to put on the portfolio. Oh yeah, portfolio is another thing that needs doing. Plan is to kind of do that over Easter at some point, is just buy a domain and have that sort of ready for our kind of digital grad show. Yeah, so quite a lot of projects still to be completing, which is why I really, you know, don't want to fall back now. So yeah, so I think that's enough to kind of keep me busy, and yeah, hopefully in each vlog it'll get a little bit easier. So yeah, look forward to seeing how all you guys carry on as well. Something that's very creative that our neighbours have come up with, bear in mind we don't talk to half of our road, they've come up with a little choir session, so I just want to quickly share that as well. Verity, what do we think about the choir session?
Well, I'm not joining in, so I think that speaks for itself, the fact that I'm sat here watching Disney, so...
Very nice. Okay, let's see if we can hear it. God, so awkward. Can you hear it? I can hear it. I think it's just a bit of an epic fail, to be honest.
It's nice.
Oh god. It's a bit... Oh! I can see your mum over there getting involved. Go! We got caught.